Alright guys, it's update time again. I got 3 DVDs and 3 Blu-rays I'm going to talk about, so I'm just going to begin. Okay, first up we have Fortress. This is an Australian TV movie from the mid-80s. Stars Rachel Ward. And she's like this school teacher, and she has this schoolhouse like in the middle of nowhere. And it's got kids from all ages, all the way from pretty much kindergarten up to grade 8 it looks like. And basically these 3 masked men show up and they kidnap all the kids, and it's some kind of ransom deal. They take them out to the middle of the desert, and basically the movie is them trying to survive out in the desert, and they end up taking on the kidnappers. This is such a strange film. The tone of it is light, but people do die in this movie, and the ending is kind of cool as well. It's such a strange film. Like it doesn't look like it was made for TV from what I could see, but I guess it was. I don't know. And one of the girls, she's kind of youngish looking, but she's older, I guess, in real life. And there's some stuff that they shot with her that I thought was a little bit off, but still kind of interesting. I'm happy to have this film in my collection. Alright, next up, we have White Bird in a Blizzard. This is a film by Greg Araki. This one stars Shailene Woodley. She's from the Divergent series and Fault in Our Stars. Eva Green and Christopher Meloni from Law and Order SVU. And basically, this movie is about this dysfunctional family. Like the parents don't get along. Like Eva Green and Christopher Meloni, they're not getting along. And one day, Shailene Woodley's character comes home, and her mom is missing. And it becomes like kind of like this big mystery of what happened to her mom, because she wasn't happy and she was acting erratically anyways. Even the way that she treated her daughter wasn't really all that good. This film has a really good dreamlike quality to it. I really like this film a lot. I don't know, fans of Shailene Woodley will probably like this film because she has some nude scenes in it. This is like a very kind of like screw you role for her. Originally I was going to watch this with my daughter, but then I remember this is a Greg Araki movie, and I decided to watch this one first. So I'm going to hold off on showing her this. She's a little bit older. I think she might enjoy it, but there's discussions that I don't really want to have with her about this movie. Alright. And last up for the DVDs, we have Nymphomaniac. This is a Lars Van Trier's movie. This is a really strange and interesting film. I wasn't sure if I was going to like this one originally or not when I picked this one up. I got this one up from Family Video, and it was in their 2 for $5 rack. And I was hoping that I could get the movie for like $2.50, but they counted each DVD, as a separate film. So unfortunately, I had to pay $5 for it. There's the disc art here, and each one has something to do with something in the movie. This is actually embossed a little bit too, which I think is kind of interesting on both discs. Here's a scene from the movie. For Volume 1, there's like a lot of sex scenes like in that. In fact, it's got to be a record. There's less in Volume 2, but I actually preferred Volume 2 because the story is much more interesting in that point. Basically, this film is about this guy, played by Stellan Skarsgård, finds this woman, played by Charlotte Gainsbourg, beaten up and laying in an alley, and he takes her back to his apartment, and she tells him a story of how she ended up, in that alley. And then for some reason it takes 4 hours. The director's cut is actually 5.5 hours. I'm not sure if I want to go back and revisit this film, even though I did enjoy it. This is kind of like the Hobbit of sexy art movies. I mean, the movie should have probably been like 2.5 hours, not like 4 hours or 5.5 for the director's cut. I don't know. I may try seeking that out at some point. I'm not really a big fan of this artwork because it gives the impression that all these actors are have sex scenes, and that's not the case. I don't know. You see Uma Thurman's here. She has a really funny scene in the movie. It's like a 5-minute cameo, and Willem Dafoe isn't in the movie very much. This actress here, I think her name is Stacey Martin. She plays the younger version of Charlotte's character, and she's kind of awesome as well. So there is some hardcore sex in this movie, not very much, but like 3 scenes, and I think they weren't really done with the same actors. They were kind of interchanged in there. So, okay, so that's it for the DVDs. Let's get on to the Blu-rays. Okay, first up, we have The Master. This is the only movie in this update that I haven't watched yet. Picked this up at Dollarama for $3. This stars Joaquin Phoenix and Philip Seymour Hoffman, and this was directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. I'm looking forward to checking this one out. I haven't seen a Paul Thomas Anderson movie in a while. This is a E1 release, but I want to talk about that for a minute because I didn't really realize this, but E1 over the last couple of years has been quietly buying up all the other Canadian video distribution companies. Like they bought up Seville, they bought up Maple, which is the Canadian version of Lionsgate, and they also most recently bought up Atlantis, which I'm really disheartened about because Alliance had a really cool line of steel books. Like they had one for Blade and Glorious Bastards. I did get a couple of other ones like the Piranha one and stuff like that. So now I don't know what I'm going to do. They even had a really cool one for Kick-Ass. So I'm going to have to keep an eye out for these things now because I think they're going to be harder to get. But I will check this one out at some point. Alright. Next, we have the Game of Thrones Season 3. Picked this up at Cash Converters. It's missing the case, unfortunately, which kind of bugs me a little bit. I'm going to have to look into trying to get a case for this. There's the one with the dragon flying across it, whatever. But it doesn't bug me too much, though, because this was my least favorite season up until Season 5. So now I have all the seasons. I have the first 2 on DVD and then the 4th one on Blu-ray. I don't know. I did like the season. There was a lot of cool stuff I liked. Mostly Jaime Lannister's storyline and also Daenerys' storyline. But I wasn't a big fan of the Ramsay Bolton stuff. You know, especially with him torturing Theon Greyjoy. Really got really old really quickly for me. And then the Red Wedding, wasn't a fan of that as well. But I'm happy to have this in my collection. Hopefully I can get a slipcase for this. And last up, we have The Wolf of Wall Street. Directed by Martin Scorsese. Watched this over this past weekend. Had a lot of fun watching it. I don't know really much to say. He kind of shoots this Scorsese as the way he shoots like a gangster film, because these are really bad people, and he kind of makes it so you're kind of rooting for them, like he would like in Goodfellas and Casino and stuff like that. Most people will probably want to see this movie because of Margot Robbie. Is it that or Ruby? I don't know how to pronounce her name. And that girl right there. She's going to be Harley Quinn in the new Suicide Squad movie, and she has a couple new scenes. One of them full frontal, so I think the guys will probably pick this one up just for that. But this film works better for me as a comedy than as a drama. And I don't know what else to say about it. But I did enjoy it, and I'm glad I picked this one up. Got this one used at Dr. Disc. Alright guys, that's my update. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you all soon.